All right, what do we got here? The old god was locked away, but we should have known its prison would not hold. Yogg-Saron's influence has been corrupting the tavern since the beginning and is now as powerful as Unleash. This is the end of the Age of the Titans, and this is the Fall of Ulduar. Fall of Ulduar launching on September 19th. What is that? Is that like next week? That's next week. Consists of 38 new cards, 4 legendary cards, 1 epic card, 17 rare cards, 16 common cards. Those new can enter, be opened in the Titans pack, or purchased companies mini set, normal versions of mini set, blah, 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 blah. Anomalies have taken over the tavern. Yogg-Saron's anomalies could be contained within battlegrounds for so young. Yogg-Saron's faithful certain Cho'Gall is coming in the Fall of Ulduar to unleash anomalies in Standard, Wild, Twist, and Arena. Taunt. 6 mana, 6/7, taunt, lifesteal, start a game 25% to corrupt the game with a random anomaly. Cho'Gall corrupts the game with a random anomaly. The effect is revealed prior to your mulligan and activities after the mulligan, but before the first turn is taken. At launch, there will be 20 anomalies, each with an equal chance of corrupting the game, including both players start with Yogg-Saron's Hope End in their hand. Both players start with 2 more drawn cards. Reduce the cost of all cards and blows. So it's just, bro, the benefits are for your opponent too. Why the fuck would you play this? There's no reason to play a card like this. There's no reason for this. This card is, I'm not gonna lie, this is so dumb. Like, why? There is no reason to play this card. Not even in a meme deck. You're just giving your opponent, who may be playing a good deck, better stuff. In addition to Cho'Gall's effects, anomalies will be active in all games for the first week after the launch pass. After 1 week period, anomalies will then be active in 25% of games. If your opponent or both of you have Cho'Gall in your deck during these events, there's a chance your game will only be corrupted by 2 anomalies at once. I mean, I guess for the first week it's fine, but like, these aren't. I guess if it was like only for you, it would be broken. But if it was like only for your opponent, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this. This is not. I don't want this. I don't want this, bro. This is just not, in my opinion, fun. This is not my idea of fun. I don't care about competitive. It's just not fun. This doesn't add fun. Like, reduce the cost of all cards in both players' starting hands by 1. Both players start with 2 more drawn cards. Like, none of this. This is just something that happens. It's not, this isn't adding a layer of fun. It's not like augmentations or anything. This is just like a casual effect for both, like, I don't know, whatever. I'm disappointed. So Chaos with Yogg-Saron's Tentacles. Yogg-Saron has sunk its tendrils deep into Azeroth throughout the Fall of Ulduar mini set. Is a card from the mini set. And there are ways to generate more tendrils for more chaos. Tendrils have a battle cry that casts bigger and bigger spells as Yogg-Saron influence grows. 1 mana, 1/1 battle cry. Cast a random 1-cost spell. Improve your first. So it's like you play a 1 mana, 1/1, and then cast a 1 mana spell, and then cast a 2 mana spell, and then a 3 mana spell. So bad. I mean, it's just not good. You could, like, this is just like a worse automation, right? Automations you can just like. Witness got watch out for the mini set reveals from Hearthstone's press, and creators this week are prepared for Yogg-Saron escape, starting with Hunter. 4 mana, 3/3 rush, death rattle, summon a chimera with equal stats to this minion's attack. Give +1 attack to all minions in your hand, deck, and the battlefield. 3 mana, deal 3 damage. Your next spell has +2 spell damage. That's actually pretty good. I think this expansion was awesome. I think this mini set, like, this is cool artwork. I like the idea. There is an idea here that was good. This wasn't a bad idea. It's just, this wasn't it. This was not it. This was never it. I don't know. What do you guys think here? I mean, it sounds cool twist on the game itself, but could have been implemented as a server-wide event and not as the card you have to put in your deck. This is the direction that Hearthstone's been trending for a while. No, nothing like this. They haven't made start of the game effects since Prince Renethal, the other Prince, the 2 mana 2/2 guy, and then like Greymane and Baku. No one's gonna play this. This card doesn't. There's no reason to play this. Like, people will play it the first week because it's new and like it'll do this stuff, but like there was just a different way to like do this. There was another way to do this. Like, you're presented with all like the different forms of Yogg and each player, I guess, could pick one or something as one. I don't know, just like both players start with 2 more drawn cards. So, like, I don't know, that's not different. That's just, you know how valuable drawing cards is right now? 0%. Priests draw like a gazillion cards every turn. Mage draws a gazillion card. Drawing 2 more, this isn't new. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this isn't new legendary expansion neutral hype. This is, you draw 2 cards. Both players draw 2 cards. Okay. Both players start with YOGG Saron in their hand. Okay. Reduce all cards and then both players' hand by 1. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's fun. Maybe I'm just being too harsh on this, but this wasn't it. When I was thinking of like Ulduar and like, I don't know, maybe the expansion we just had was too good. Like, I really understand what they were trying to do with this card. I get it. There was a way to do this. It's just not that. This. Effects that when you play it, they get stronger over time. I get that. Casting random spells over and over and over again. Because you know, it's either going to be one. One, it's going to be really bad. No one's going to play it, right? That's just, it's that. Or it's just going to be really good and everybody's going to play it. It's one or the other with stuff like this. When stuff casts random spells for low mana costs, it's either it's too OP, everybody plays it, it's very popular, it's very unfun, or no one plays it and it's a waste of a card and it should never have been printed. I played Hearthstone long enough to know that that's the 2 categories. Period. There's no other categories. What do you think was their goal here? I don't know. Random, fun, wacky cards. I mean, these cards aren't designed for, like, competitive play, guys. If you're still talking about competitive Hearthstone, this isn't competitive. Bro, competitive Hearthstone's been gutted, guys. There is legit 4 Hearthstone tournaments a year now. That's it. They were trying to make it so there was only 1 tournament that actually paid competitors money. It was only going to be Worlds. Competitive Hearthstone is gone, guys. This balance is not around competitive. There is no competitive. Competitive is no longer a thing. There's no more grandmasters. There's no more full-time competitive Hearthstone players. That's not what makes Hearthstone money. This should be like 50%, I guess. 25%. You're playing like just a really bad card, man. That era is over. Yeah, there will be a competitive scene, but it's not going to be what they had. There's not going to be an actual Grandmasters like league where you have like 64 players worldwide that their job is to be pro Hearthstone players. That was crazy that we had that. Problem is it wasn't like monetized correctly. The broadcasts were insanely long. I mean, they were like 3 or 4 days at like 12 to 16 hour days. I mean, it was just it was way too much Hearthstone. And then, like, you didn't know what was important. Like, you didn't know what mattered. You know what I mean? When there's 3 or 4 days of 16 each day hours of Hearthstone, you don't know what's important. You know what I mean? What does winning this match or losing this match mean for that player? You know what I mean? My job is to play Hearthstone and follow Hearthstone, and I didn't even know. I would never expect a normal player to know what there's no way they had any idea what was going on. So, like, the sense of, like, urgency and, like, what mattered and didn't was gone. Like, it just needed to be done better. And again, that's just like, they were doing something no one else did, so you can't really blame them. As a spectator, I watch Hearthstone for the streamer's personality, not the gameplay. Watching someone discover 8 turns in a row and play a dozen random effects is not an exciting display of skill. I mean, there is definitely like a sense of skill in discovering, like knowing which one to pick for that situation, doing it quickly. Hey, buddies. But yeah, like the Hearthstone personalities are definitely like, they used to do the interviews and have the little skits and whatnot, but now doesn't really exist. But that's just because they've gutted it, you know? No one's paying anybody to do it, so they're not gonna, do it. They had a competitive esports. They did. This actually, I have never not been excited for new cards.